Let's go.
Wow back. Alright, so I wanna really holler at y'all for a moment. Let me ask y'all a question. Straight out the bat, out the gate. Let me ask y'all a question. What does this whole black unity thing look like to y'all? Seriously. What does it look like to y'all? Because on the real, we all over the place. We got at least, I'ma say, because it might seem like a lot if you watching YouTube or, social media, but that all depends on what genre you in. See what I'm saying? In reality, it really is not a lot of black people walking around talking about being Native American, trying to claim their Native American rules, or any of that. Let's really be real about these numbers here. It's really not a lot, and it's not a lot. The vast majority of black people, and yes, I'm going to say black people because most black people, so-called black people, consider themselves to be black people. Let's stop playing with ourselves here. For real. Call it what it is. Call it for what it is. Okay? The vast majority of so-called of black people, see, even with me, but the vast majority of black people think of themselves as being descendants of Africans. Yes, there is a large percentage of black people claiming their indigenous identity, looking up their roots and finding out that their family members are, Yamasi, I'm looking at the time here, I'm trying to see it. Sorry about that. Finding out that their family roots are, Cherokee, Yamasi, Seminole Creek, whatever. But, like I said, that's still not a large number. It's large only on a particular scale, only in a particular genre. But really outside on the main surface, most black people, so-called black people, consider themselves to be descendants of Africans. And their ancestors were brought here in bondage and put in bondage. Brought here in bondage and put into slavery. They call themselves black. They identify as black. And I need for the so-called conscious, righteous community to hear this, okay? So that it can finally be understood. This is what it is. So, I'm going to take it from the top and I'm going to ask this question again. So what does this whole unity thing look like to you? When you speak about this whole us coming together, this goes for any side. This question is for any side. This question is for my Pan-African side and my indigenous Indian. Is it safe to say Indian? Because you never know what it's safe to say. You have to ask. You do. I'm just saying, okay? But anyway, yeah. So, this question's for anyone, right? So anyway, like I was saying, like, what does this whole unity thing look like to y'all? This whole so-called black unity thing look like to y'all? When we're so divided. Because you got this little 7%, maybe 5%. Okay, because, hey. Look, Clarence X13 didn't lie when he broke it down with the 5% nation. Okay, we got the 5% that's woke, and it is just 5%. Stop fooling yourself. It's just 5%. Still just 5%. Maybe the needle has risen to about 7. Okay, still not much. Okay, and then the rest, deaf, dumb, and blind. They still on the plantation and don't know it, but they're comfortable there. So they're not trying to go and leave. Okay, and then they're upset at those of you that are trying to leave. But excuse me, you can watch Roots and see this, because this is something this is a page snatched right out of our history, our story. This is a page snatched right out of our story. We already been through this. When so-called emancipation came around, and those so-called slaves, not slaves, because we know slaves is Slavic, but when those so-called and captive people, black people, got the word that old good Abe Lincoln, excuse me y'all, that old good Abe Lincoln freed them, they left, right? And then you had those that didn't want to leave. So it's the same thing. It's the same old battle all over again. But some of you act like you don't see that. You don't. How many coconuts got to fall from the tree, hit you upside your head before you see all we doing is doing the same old thing all over again, while all around us the plans are being implemented. So, tell me again, how does this unity thing look when we so divided? When we've been so domesticated, okay, by the people under the stairs. How? Tell me how. How? Okay, yes, the people under the stairs have domesticated us. Many of you. Okay? I myself too. Okay? But I'm telling you now. Until we can get on one accord, just long enough to get something done. You hear me? Ain't nothing gonna change. Ain't nothing gonna get done. You can sit back and you can ask as many. I don't care who you ask. You can go around and ask your Rod Hayes and ask your Dane Callaways and ask your Top Cats and whoever, okay? But everybody's got an opinion, okay, of who is black enough, because every black person or so-called black person think that they are the authority figure on what it is to be black. Who gets into this club? See, so I sit back and I listen to a lot of people. I subscribe to a lot of y'all channels, and a lot of times I jump in your lives just to show you that love and go a like and help you get your weight up. But where the love be at? The love don't come back. That's because deep down inside there is none. Only for those that you want to follow or you want to rock with. So tell me again, how does this unity thing look? I'm just saying. I'll wait. Oh, you don't know? Yeah. Because see, like I said, until we can get on one accord just long enough to get something done, to accomplish one thing. Because so far, we have not accomplished anything. Let's make that clear. But, that's my time. I gotta go. I love y'all. Well, I do. Peace.